Jai Siaram. Namaskar and welcome to the English edition of Bharat Vichar. So, this is our English presentation, and what we are going to talk about is the so-called Canadian dream and what are the realities that you all should know before investing your money, before sending your loved ones there, and before knowing what is the reality. This is story of a truck driver. His name is Mr. Sandhu. He went to Canada. He got a PR there. Unfortunately, while driving, he had an accident. And in the accident, there are a couple of school kids which got killed. He crossed a light. There was a bus in front. He hit the bus. A couple of kids got killed. He serves few years in jail. And after he's out of the jail, after the due course of law has punished him as per the Canadian law. Now, you know what the Canadian government is telling him today? The Canadian government is telling him today, you have to leave Canada. You have to leave Canada because you have to be deported back to India because we want to send a message. How good or how beautiful is the Canadian law? I want to ask a few questions. I know Mr. Sandhu is only targeted because he's a Sikh and he's an Indian. Now, Mr. Canada and Mr. Justin Trudeau, I want to ask you one question. Do you have a law like this which tells you if a person has done an accident and after the accident he has served the jail term and all, he needs to be deported to his own country? What happens if the person is Canadian? Well, there is no law like that. What happens if the person is American? Will the same law apply? What happens if the person is French or British, and will the same set of law apply? The answer is no, because there is no law as such. Second tyranny. Mr. Sandhu, being a Sikh and from the Indian origin, is a grave threat to Canada. Though he's a Canadian PR holder, I don't know if he's a citizen or not, but he's a grave threat to Canada. But on the contrary, you have another Sikh in the name of Pannu, who is a Canadian citizen and is an asset of Canada. He's threatening the Republic of India. He's putting bombs in the planes. He's threatening the Prime Minister of the world's largest democracy. He's an asset of Canada. Well, I don't know where does China start and Canada begin. Now, I want to take you to give you another example. There was one gentleman in the name of, and he was a Sikh, and he was a plumber. Now, a Sikh taxi driver of Indian origin is a security threat. A Sikh plumber of Indian origin with the AK-47, name is Nijar, was asset to Canada. He went to Pakistan for training. He has pictures with the AK-47 on social media. He's an asset to Canada. This is the hypocrisy. Now, why Jagmeet Singh is not talking about this poor Sikh, Mr. Sandhu? He has requested Canadians, all his pleas have been shot down. Even the kids who got unfortunately killed, their parents have said, we have forgiven him. It was an accident. He's not a terrorist, by the way. He's not a terrorist. But what the government of Canada is doing here, they are using people like him as political pawns. Where is Jagmeet Singh? Jagmeet Singh, you seem to be too much talking about Sikhs and brothers and fraternity. Is Mr. Chadda not a Sikh? Mr. Sandhu is not a Sikh? No. And why are you sympathetic to a Pannu and to a Nijar only? Why not to a Mr. Sandhu? Sandhu ne kya galti ki? What is wrong Mr. Sandhu has done? Because he doesn't serve your political missions and political objectives. I want to bring another thing to your notice. With all this going on in Canada, where are the Sikh leaders of India? Why doesn't the Honorable Chief Minister of Punjab, Mr. Ban, talk about it? Why the Badals are silent? Why so many other tall Sikh leaders are silent? And why nobody is answering the biggest thing? You are selling the property here. You are doing everything here, and you're going to Canada to chase this Canadian dream. Today, your people, you as the people, because of you're from Indian origin, because you're Sikhs, you're used as political pawns to settle scores with India. Now, you cannot come back and hate India. You've seen what the Honorable Videsh Mantri or the Foreign Affairs Minister, Dr. Jaishankar, has told on this context. I will not elaborate into that, but he has kind of said that Indian citizens are used as pawns. Is this the Canadian dream? Is this how you want to sell your ancestral property and go to Canada? Is this what Canada is going to give you? I don't understand one thing, my friends. We are producing 40% of the world's food grain. Why does a country like us need to go for a roti, for a bread and butter to Canada? What is in the Canada? What is that you get in Canada you don't get in India? What is this Canadian dream about? Why we are paying millions of dollars to Canadians to get our children to go to universities and colleges there? You know which country where highest number of children have passed away or unfortunately died during their studies abroad? The number one country is Canada. Is this the Canadian dream? Is this what our society is following, the Canadian dream? Is this why we want to go and immigrate to Canada so that at the right point of time, Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh can use you as a political pawn? Is this what the Canadian dream is about? This is the thing we have to face, talk at a societal level. This is not an issue of the government. Government is doing what it has to do. Canadians are able to do this to you because they know they will send out one Chadda or one Sandhu, there'll be 20 more lined up. This is a problem within the society. This is our problem, your problem, my problem. And we have to get together and we have to address this problem and tell them, look, India has, I think, more than 10 million or 15 million expats which are out there. Maybe it's more, around maybe around 30 million maximum. And we have already 7 million expats. We have 30 million NRIs which are working out of India. And as on date, I talk, we have 7 million expats which are working in India. Things have changed, tables have changed. You are the fastest growing economy. You are going to be the third biggest economy in a matter of time. Your next 7 to 8 years, you will have a GDP of $8 to $10 trillion. What is Canada going to give you, or what is any other country going to give you? This is the thing we as a society need to talk. We need to come about it and salvage our youth from becoming subservients to these people who think because of their skin color, because of their so-called G7 status, and because of their, this political myopia, they can use and mistreat the people of India. We as a nation have to give a message. This is not going to happen. On that note, I rest my case. I wanted to bring this important issue to your notice. And I would request you to kindly subscribe our channel, like it, the video, share it on our social media. Our subscription is entirely free. Our membership is entirely free. Now, I would want you to have a look at my paid advisory video. Now, you would have looked at the advisory, you would have got the website, you would have got the Gmail address where you have to reach. It's a 100% private and confidential advisory. Can be anywhere in the world. Reach out to me. I interact with you directly. It's private and confidential. On that note, I will want to take your leave for the day. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind, and Hara 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 Mahadev.